Hey, so we're gonna do an updated toolbox tour from the 55-inch Classic series I used to have and upgraded to the 68-inch Epiq. I am we're in my second year as a heavy diesel mechanic. To kind of give you a quick tour around of what I got. Husky kneeling mat, a few Harbor Freight just catch bins, the Milwaukee M18 grease gun, some of my jacket, sweatshirts, stuff like that. Gloves, got glove holder, Milwaukee vacuum, the non-pack out version. These are really useful to have actually. So getting into the box, kind of quick rundown. 68 Epiq, bedline power lit up top, blacked out badges, sonic blue, clipboard for all my work orders and everything. A few parts we had for doing a radio in a truck. Cyclops light, some magnet trays, salt and pepper for the lunches, M12 adapter for your 12-volt power and ground. Pens, markers, mini pocket screwdrivers, stuff like that, tire tool, valve stem tools, starting fluid, some miscellaneous washers, bolts, whatever. More of the same Cyclops lights. Quick detail, some grease, anti-seize, map gas torch, quick oiler, if you want to call it. Just one of the little oil spouts, some microfiber, some rags. Some penetrating oil on the Snapon magnet mat, blowgun, all my filter wrenches, safety glasses, caliper brake hangers, just a hat, some bungee cords, Snapon 14.4 chargers, Milwaukee charger, headlamp, the new slim LED band style one. These actually aren't too bad. They're not wicked bright, but they do the job. Streamlight. Keep this in my pocket for most of the day. I don't know if you can see it. I don't think it's gonna focus, which it won't, but it's the Straton DSHL. Really bright little light. I think it's 700 lumens. I mean, it kicks some ass for the size of it. Moving down into the socket drawer. In the back, just got some 3/4 big impacts, 1/2-inch chrome, these are 6-point Harbor Freight. Shallows are Snap-on 12 points. Mac Expert 1/2-inch impacts. Snap-on deep, mid, and shallow. Snap-on 3/8 impacts from 8 to 24. Mac 3/8 swivel metric impacts optics. 3/8. God, of course nothing's gonna focus. Cat branded. They're Snap-ons. They just say Cat. 12-point, 3/8 deep. Some gear wrench, just some extra 3/8 deeps extractor set, the spline style. Impacted screwdriver. Snap-on tape measure. Good bougie like that. Gear wrench, 1/4-inch. Icon, 1/4-inch flex head. Snap-on long, 1/4-inch flex head. These are both Snap-on 17 mil and 19 mil flare nut sockets. Snap-on adapter set. Torque spit set. Gear wrench. 1/4-inch drive set. Just some tapes, Teflon tape. Some Monster Blue tape. Oil filter wrench. These are for the filter housings on the Detroit's, Packers, and some of the, what are they? Internationals. 36 or 1 7/16. Some 1/2-inch drive. These are just Harbor Freight impact extensions. Over the ratchets, cover these. Snap-on 3/8. All 4 of these are Snap-on 3/8. Long locking flex head. Just regular flex head for those, and then the one fixed I have. Snap-on long 24, 25 inch, half-inch drive. Bar, Icon, 18 inch, and another Icon. Waiting on the comfort grips in red for the Snap-on ones. I've been waiting on those for a little bit now. Snap-on, long neck, 3/8 ratchet. Used the crap out of this thing. I mean, I bought this, we had it rebuilt 6 months ago, and it showing its wear, so it gets its use. Milwaukee half-inch stubby, Milwaukee 3/8 stubby, Snap-on. This is a 761, so it's the non-brushless version. 3/8 with the rocker trigger. Snap-on half-inch drive. Deep impacts 10 to 24 on deep and shallow. Oh, that's where my other light went. I was looking for that. Snap-on extensions, Sunex and Mac. Driveline sockets, so they're 3/8 and half-inch 12-point, common sizes for them. 12 valve or P7100 pump, delivery valve socket with all the splines in it. Some of my more common hexes, just so I don't have to take them out of the Blue Point kit, that I'll show you later. Just some extras, this is the same one, just an 18 mil. Some Torx fix sockets with wobbles, whatever. Sunex impact from 3/8 to 1.5 inch deep and shallow. Snap-on chrome 6-point half-inch from 3/8 to 1.25 inch. Snap-on deep, mid, and shallow 3/8 drive, 6-point chrome sockets. Same thing over here. From, I believe, 3/8 to 7/8 are cat. Everything else, the real small ones and the bigger ones, are all Blue Point. Coming down, same thing, Snap-on impact sockets, except for this one. I don't know where that one went. That's just a gear wrench, 1-inch shallow. These are for your internationals, doing your pucks off your high-pressure oil rail. Instead of messing around with the bolt making tools. I've smacked my fingers up pretty good doing that. So thought I'd buy the right tool for it. Just change cash and a New England Kenworth koozie. Extra 14.4 battery, gear wrench 1/4 inch, just your thread locker, retaining compound, some 518 anaerobic gasket maker. Love this stuff. I've had this. I think it's better than silicone because it'll dissolve in oil, or dilute in oil rather. So oil pans, even works with ATF, so transmission fluid, like especially your Transcend, if you're Allison automatics. Works on that, seals it. So as far as I can tell, I've never had anything come back after I use this, at least not for the reason of me using that. Walmart light that I don't even think works anymore. Bought this forever ago and I guess it don't even work anymore. 3/4 inch 3/8 socket, just an extra one. Mac RBRT kit, I'm not gonna go through that. Mac scraper, I believe they're both Lyle, magnetic pickup tool and a little like 2-inch mirror. Some business cards and maintenance stickers, some razor blades, and then kind of a catch-all for chapstick, extra bolts. Don't really use these anymore here, but at my old shop I did when I worked at Ryder. Just checking your depth of your tires and also the depth of your air brakes. Goes through all in, I believe, 30 of an inch. So, and then this will also, down here will tell you if your lip is too thick on your drums. So if this sits flat, you're good. But if it rocks in the crevice, then you know it's time to do drums in your truck. So, moving down to my wrench drawer, start from the back. Just some Harbor Freight ratcheting wrenches, extra Husky, just some stuff I had to cut up for certain jobs. Just some random sizes. 30 mil Craftsman cut up for the, I believe it was an MX-13, PACCAR MX-13, the fuel pressure rail sensor right on the front. Just shave this down to be able to get in there. Rigid pipe wrench, 10-inch. Snap-on midget wrenches. Some more ratcheting wrenches. All my bigger size wrenches are all just cheapo depot or crappy freight, whatever you want to call it. Coming down, got the master set in foam for the Snap-on Flank Drive Plus, and on most of my wrenches I have them painted up. You can really see it on my angle wrenches. So from 1/4 inch to 1 5/16 and 7-inch all the way to 25 mil. Snap-on 4-way angle wrenches, again all colored in and painted in, from 10 mil to 27, and then 3/8 all the way up to 1 1/4 inch. These are amazing for hydraulic lines. That's like kind of the main thing you really see people use these for, but they're also great working in tight areas for getting fuel lines off, things like that. They kind of save your ass a little bit doing. These came in handy great for doing the fuel pumps on the back of Cat C7s. So instead of having to pull the Huey pump and wiggling it around to get the lines off of the back of the fuel pump, you can snake these in there and kind of just get away at them. Icon 3/8 crow's feet. I don't really like buying expensive crow's feet just for the fact of I always end up shaving them down, cutting them up, or doing something to them. And I don't really want to do to a couple $100 set Snap-ons. Blue Point Knox sensor socket, or I mean, I guess it would work on an O2 sensor in a gas vehicle. The part number is right there. These are awesome. I have had a 3/8 drive, so I've had this long, like 20-inch ratchet, and I've been hanging off the thing. And it didn't open up at all, didn't round it off, just popped it right out. So can't say much bad things about these. I'd recommend buying them. Mac Expert, 0 degree offset, 12 points with the ratcheting end. These are great. An absolute must-have if you're doing a lot of turbos. We work on a good amount of fire trucks here too. So sometimes just the way they sit, you know, get your 12 mil in there and getting away, up, off, and away from everything helps out a lot, and it gives you some good ass end on that. From 8 to 19 for those. Also, diesel rethreading kit. Sorry about the hands being dirty, just got off work. Diesel bung rethreader for all your sensors. So temperature sensors, pressure, all that sort of stuff, with the square adapter so you can put it on a 14 mil socket or wrench. Just a rethreading kit, not taps or anything. I'm waiting for Snap-on to get a new tap manufacturer. Erwin Hansen, I believe it was, made their taps, and something happened, so they don't make them anymore. So waiting for them to get a new manufacturer all set up so I can buy some decent taps. Coming down to pliers. Down here in this drawer, just got some extra welding rods, some 6010, or 6011, and 7018 rod. There we go. Oh, that drawer wasn't shut or opening all the way. Ratcheting crimpers, some lineman pliers, Snap-on nut crackers. I bought this kit and got these. I hate to say it, but that's kind of why I bought that kit. But it is what it is. So I think they're pretty cool, and I'm sure I can kind of find a use for these somewhere. So just waiting on that day. Scraper for some of your fifth wheels, just cleaning shit up, you know, whatever else. I think these are just Walmart. Yeah, Hyper Tough. Just Walmart real mini screwdrivers. Mac long. I had the big Mac kit, but I don't have a Mac dealer anymore, so I started breaking some of them. Can't warranty them out, so just got rid of them. Kept the real long ones. Snap-on spark plug gapper, bottle opener. Also Snap-on, that was on a promo. I actually got that from my boss. He was cleaning out his old box and didn't want it, so took that. Old Mac screwdriver I found in a piece of equipment. It's been with me ever since. These are also Mac. They're stubby little guys. Snap-on screwdrivers. Had these forever and then lost these two. So decided to go to the new comfort grip style, I guess. These come with all your small screwdrivers and then all these. Pliers, just vice grips, some Cobalt dikes, Snap-on long dikes, your normal Snap-on dikes. I don't know what's up with these. When you crimp down on them, they kind of get hard to open. But anyway, a set of pliers, just had to warranty those out. Bent the handles on them. Doing something I probably shouldn't have. Those pliers, they're Talon grip or beetle pliers, whatever you want to call them. The famous penny ones that you can pick up the side of a coin and pick them up. The 3-piece electrical kit, flush cuts, wire cutter and stripper, and then your like high leverage cutters. These are for these ones, and these ones are for your def lines. These are for pinching them in, your push pins. If you know what I'm talking about, you get it. These are actually amazing for them. You get right on those tabs and squeeze them in and they pop out awesome. Just got those off Amazon. Moving over, Snap-on feeler gauges. If you have somebody in your shop that has these in green or whatever other color, or somebody who has a different color than you, I would highly recommend trading to them out. So these are amazing for doing overheads, like your valve adjustments. You got your intake and your exhaust, your exhaust, and you can leave one on the other. And if you have a pile of them, you kind of can tell, okay, green's for intake, red's for exhaust. Got it. And if you have 3, you can even do jakes, or your injectors or whatever else. But anyway, gear wrench, bit driver kit. I bought these mainly for these. And these have saved my ass more than twice, I'll say that. I think it's like a $50 kit, lock and flex set on these. I think they're already worth their money. Instead of having to pull a cab air leveling valve, I was able to sneak in there with a Phillips head and change the adjustment on it. So worth it for me. No idea where this came from, but I guess it's in there now. Controls off one of our NRC flatbeds, tow trucks. Some air hammer bits, tweezers way back in there. These are for, I don't know if I have any in here anymore, but there we go. These, your anchor pin bushings. These are to drive them out, and then this side is to install them. You just take a normal round punch like this, put it in there, get your air hammer on it. It's nice because you can get off of it a little bit either way. Instead of just straight on and having to have 2 tools, you just got 1. Some old long bolts for punches, stuff like that. Just assortment of ratchets that I never use. Breaker bars, some old extensions. These are for disc brakes. Checking the wear on those. Snap-on seal spoons, long and short picks. And then moving down is all my hammer pry bar and all my big stuff. So, Snap-on 4-piece pry bar set. I have lost this 3 times, and I think it's finally actually gone. So, might have to buy a new one of those. First 2 times, it wasn't me who lost them. It was somebody else who worked in the shop. And the last time, it was me. So, and then I bought the Mac 4-piece set up to 36, and then got the 48-inch free. Not sure what brand this is, but just a lineup bar or a racker bar, or whatever you want to call it. Just some ball peens, channel lock Husky, just AutoZone branded rubber mallets, soft face dead blow, Snap-on, I think this is a 56 ounce. Yep, 56 ounce. Some Lady Slipper heel bar lineup bars. Snap-on 3-piece in the foam. Dead blow ball peens. This is the kit I was talking about earlier. The Blue Point hex bit set. I'm sure you've all seen that. Some Snap-on hose picks. Snap-on 1/2-inch digital tech angle torque wrench. And then with its 3/8 little brother. Didn't come with a case on this. I bought it used. I wish it did, but it does its job. Klein tools, multimeter, Mac test light, Snap-on torches, just some random assortment of electrical crap and extra lines that I'll never touch, but they're in my toolbox, and I'm sure you guys know all about it. Just a kit of heat shrink, some alligator clip test leads, and these are for your Deutsch pin connectors, so you can get in there, put your multimeter in that, and test them without having to cut wires or do anything like that. So that's in that drawer. Coming down, paperwork, Snap-on receipts, bore brushes, Mac drill bit set. These are the new, of course it won't focus, but they're the new fluted style. I would not recommend them. I break the shit out of these. These things never held up. I used a 1/2-inch. The first time I ever used one of these, it broke going through sheet metal, like something as thin as the side of these. I was drilling in the side of my tool cart and it snapped it right in half. So, wire brushes, Milwaukee batteries, M12, M18s, 1/2-inch drill, 1/4 bit driver, Snap-on the short 3/8 electric ratchet. Rarely use this. As you can see, it's pretty fresh. 1/2-inch Snap-on impact. I don't use that. I don't have a charger for it, so it's kind of useless. One of the drivers here, just put this in my toolbox, and it's kind of stayed there ever since. Snap-on air hammer. I think kicks like a mule. Milwaukee 3/8 set, kind of a grab and go kit. Die grinder, cutoff wheel, more M12 stuff. I absolutely love these little die grinders. Put the cookie discs on them. Haven't touched this ever since I bought that. I just don't see the point when I grab this, not having to run an airline and get in there, clean it up real quick. Snap-on the MG 725 1/2-inch air gun, just a seat lamp, old propane torch, just some extra cut-off discs, and an air gun. That's all there is in that drawer. Coming down, this is kind of the catch-all and junk drawer. Just a bolt catch, bolt nuts, these little caps. Those are hydraulic ORF kit caps for the plastic ones that you get from a certain brand of store. I'm actually going to throw these tools back where they belong. Battery cleaner. All my washers are back here. Some color-coded electrical tape. Marine weld. That's when I was working on my boat, and it stayed there. This is a good test part for the Isuzus for the glow plug modules. Pretty quick and easy. Plug this in. If it works, okay, good. That's our issue. If not, well, we got something else. Just an assortment of random extra hydraulic fittings. Most of these are ORF or ORB to JIC. Just a random catch-all, some clear silicone. Oh, and then in here, I'm not going to pull all this stuff out. There's way too much in here. But this is all my extra gaskets, O-rings, all that assortment. Extra caps and plugs. So really just caps, cat O-rings, some lights, extra turbo bolt. I believe those are turbo bolts or EGR bolts. Just some random stuff in here. This is all Cummins. These are all cat, and I got a few internationals just spread throughout. And then some of your wire to repin stuff on the Cummins. I got a shit ton of these in a kit, and these are all my extras. So just keep them around just in case I got to repin something. All the connectors, if I do, I used to have 6.0 Fickum harnesses and a few other ones for all that stuff, just in case you got to repin them. Nice and easy, just grab them, especially these common styles. You see these a lot. It's easier just to put a whole new connector on it than trying to splice a wire and hoping it seals. Do all that, just throw a new connector in and call it a day. These are for the International or the 7.3 Power Strokes, just your injector harnesses. They're great for when you break those little clips. You could just rip them out of one and put them on the new harness. Just some electrical stuff, extra hydraulic caps and plugs, clevis. And clevis, if you work on semi trucks or anything with air brakes, you know what these are. Some paint pens, all my color coded zip ties for valve bodies, hydraulic lines, electrical harnesses, everything like that. Some extra rechargeable batteries for my torque wrenches, some cutoff wheels, double stick tape, Old Coast flashlight, a little butane torch, the charger for those batteries, wire brushes, extra key for the box, some more black silicone, extra headlamp, assortment of brass, bunch of caging bolts, turn signal off a Mac that I still have, and just some more of that anaerobic gasket maker. That's how much of a fan I am. I got a bunch of it just sitting around. Hose clamps, V-band clamps, pretty much every style of clamps you can get. Just because I love to lose these little nuts on the end, and it's nice to be able to steal one out of there. You can. Instead of telling your boss you need a new clamp. This is all junk and blow mold kits and extra sockets. All my old sockets that I've upgraded from. Oh, that sucks. All my cotter pins came out and undone. That is not a good day. Ugh, let's see if we can save most of them. Kind of in the right spot. So, anyway, these kits don't, this has happened a few times already. These kits don't love to sit on their sides, but that's okay. Large clevis pins, small ones, Viton O-rings, grease fittings, more heat shrink, the Freightliner fuse kits. I steal them out of every truck I find that I can, and that's where I get all my fuses. Some pads for my own personal pickup, glass fuses, glass tube fuses, air tool oil, like I said, extra sockets, radiator caps. These are for your spring pins, your screw style. Actually, I got one right here that I'll show you. So these will go in your front shackles, and you take these. That's the right one. That's also not the right one. I don't know which one. There we go. Something of that nature. You can put a 1/2-inch drive on it and unscrew these out, because they love to get stuck in there pretty dang good. The coolant level sensor off of Freightliner, weave off of a Cascadia, Harbor Freight drill bits. These honestly work better than my Mac ones, hence why I don't really use the Macs anymore. Rolls of electrical tape, coolant hose, some chrome lug nut cap covers, just some miscellaneous stuff, glad hand tools for putting air to your trailers. Come down here, Snapon compression gauge set. I'm not gonna open all these up, but I bought these really just for the gauges. I don't work on a lot of gasoline stuff. Actually used that for my buddy's boat. Snap-on air powered, not the pump style. Coolant system pressure tester, if you will. These are ORF cap and plugs, just a cap and plug kit. These are a must-have. These are amazing for doing valve bodies, even lines, just so you don't stick these cone style ones in there. You smack it, you knock it off, and all the fluid comes out everywhere. These you don't gotta worry about. You can beat them up and they stay on. So I got ORF and JIC kit, Cornwell dial indicator with the magnetic base. Not gonna pull that out, it's kind of a pain. JIC kit, cap and plugs, ORB and ORF O-ring kits. Some more just random assortment of O-rings. Gonna have to shuffle all this back into this every time. Oil pressure gauge set. Again, mostly for the actual gauges. A lot of the times I'll hook this up to check fuel pressure instead of oil pressure, but all works the same. There's that power probe. There's also one of those. I pulled all that out. Some more retaining compound, an old trusty, some more 518. Mac tool bag, just if I gotta go work in the field or out in the yard. Got some extra socket tray rails, extra map gas, shirts, Milwaukee angle grinder, grease adapter for your auto greasers. When they stop working, you can still grease them. Extra chargers, extractors. This is a jack out of a car, and anybody who works on big rigs, I will give you a cheat code for doing cab airbags. I can get this on. If you can, I would get one with a 19 mil or whatever drive, so you just put an impact on it. You put that under the cab of the truck, and then you pick it up, and it'll take all the pressure off of your bags and makes it one hell of a lot easier to sneak those bags in and out of there. Paper towels, just some manuals, system manuals, everything like that. Hats, big 4-way angle wrenches on here up to 2-inch. Covers me all the way up to 2-inch, including the ones in there. And just some medicine, Advil, everything like that. A little bit of candy for some snacks. But that is everything in the Toolbox store. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions for part numbers or anything you saw in this video, leave it down in the comment, and I will do my best to try and get back in a decent time. And then last but not least, Cummins Creeper. Got that for $5 off Facebook, and it's done me well for a few years. Just keep that up under the Toolbox. So that is everything off the Toolbox store. So like I said, any questions on anything, leave it down in the comments. I will do what I can to get back to you guys, and let me know if there's anything you want to see.